Good morning children. In this video we will learn about the leaf. So leaf is basically a thin, flat and broad outgrowth which perform photosynthesis. So leaf is the structure which help in the process of photosynthesis. So now we will take up the actual technical terms which are used to describe the various parts of a leaf. So in this diagram we can see there is a stem. There is a stem which is which is having nodes and the internode. Okay, so leaf arise from the nodes of a stem. Now you can see the orange color structure which is known as stipule. Stipule is basically the structure which protect the leaf bud. When the leaf was small, this stipules protect that leaf. Okay, now this leaf apex, the topmost part of the leaf is the leaf apex, and the leaf blade or the lamina, the broad part. Okay, this part, all this part is basically the leaf blade or the lamina. Now the petiole. Petiole is the structure which help the leaf to get attached with the stem. So if this is the stem, this petiole help in the attachment of the leaf to the stem. Now the base part of the petiole which are attached to the stem is basically the leaf base. What is leaf base? The basal part of the petiole by which it is attached to the stem is the leaf base. Now this petiole continues in the leaf blade in the form of midrib. Okay, now this midrib continues in the leaf lamina or the leaf blade. Okay, now this midrib further branches into the veins and the veinlets. Okay, so these veins and veinlets are nothing but the vascular tissue consisting of the xylem and the phloem, so that water can be reached to each and every cell to the tip of the leaf, so that it can perform photosynthesis. And after the process of photosynthesis, if the food which is produced, that is glucose, can be distributed to different part of the plant with the help of phloem. So these veins and veinlets are basically the vascular tissue which help in the process of which help in the distribution of the water and the food to various part of the leaf and food to various parts of the plant. So here we have seen 2-3 structure like the stipule, leaf apex, leaf lamina. What is leaf base? Petiole, which is also known as the leaf stalk, that helps in the attachment of a leaf to the stem. Midrib, veins and the veinlets. Now the next part is leaf margin. Okay, what is this leaf margin? Basically the edge of a leaf is basically the leaf margin. This is the edge. Okay, it can be here, it is plain, simple. Okay, no serration is there, that is a plain or the entire leaf. Okay, and in the second one we can see that the serrations are there. Here you can see all the serrations are there. That type of leaf are serrate leaf. So different margins are there in the leaf. It can be plain, it can be serrate. That is the leaf margin. So now we will study about the type of leaves. So there are basically two types of leaves, simple and the compound leaves. So what is simple leaves? If there is single leaf arising from the petiole, okay, that is a simple leaf. And if there is incision, basically in simple leaves no incision is there, and if incisions is there, it will not touch the midrib. Okay, as you can see in the second one, here you can see in this one incisions are there, but it is not touching the midrib. That in both the cases the leaves are simple. Incisions can be there, incisions cannot be there. If incisions are there, it will not touch the midrib. That type of leaf are simple leaf. Now the second one is the compound leaf. In this, incision will touch the midrib. Okay, and the lamina will be divided into small segments which will be known as leaflets. So here in compound leaves the incisions will touch the midrib. Here you can see the incisions are touching the midrib, while in simple leaf the incision will never touch the midrib. Okay, So both the terms are clear. What is simple leaf and the compound leaf? Simple leaves, where in the lamina the incisions will not touch the midrib, while in compound leaf incisions will be there and it will touch the midrib, and the lamina will be divided into leaflets, small leaflets. Okay. Now venation. The third term is the venation. So what is venation? The arrangement of the veins and venlets in a leaf is known as venation. As I said, that petiole continue in the lamina as the midrib. Now midrib is further divided into the veins and the venlets. So arrangement of the veins and the venlets on the lamina is basically known as venation. Okay. So this venation is basically of two types: reticulate and the parallel venation. Okay. Now this reticulate venation, in this, here you can see the veins and the venlets. In this diagram, the veins and the venlets form network like structure or the wave like structure. That type of venation is reticulate venation. In the parallel venation, the veins and the venlets will run parallel to the surface and they will move towards the tip of the leaf. That type of venation is the parallel venation. So two types of venation is there: reticulate venation and the parallel venation. Reticulate, the veins and the venlets will form the network or the wave-like structure, while in the parallel venation, the veins and venlets will run parallel to the surface. Okay, that type of arrangement is the parallel venation. Okay. Now the phalotaxy. What is phalotaxy? The arrangement of the leaves on the stem is called phalotaxy. Okay, how leaves are arranged on the node of a stem, that is the phalotaxy. So phalotaxy basically of three types: opposite, alternate and the whorl type. Okay. So what is first one? What is opposite phalotaxy? As I said, that leaves arise from the node. A stem has node and internode. So leaves arise from the node of a stem. If two leaves arise from the node of the stem is the opposite. Here you can see that two leaves are arising, okay, from the same node. That type of phalotaxy is opposite phalotaxy. The second one is alternate phalotaxy. In alternate phalotaxy, single leaf will arise from the node. Okay, see here one leaf, here is second leaf, here is the third leaf, and the next leaf will be in opposite direction of the first one. Just see in this case, if first leaf is right hand side, the second is the left side, then again the third leaf is in the right side. So single leaves are arising from the node and these leaves are opposite in direction to each other. Okay, that type of arrangement is alternate phalotaxy. Okay. Now the whorl phalotaxy. In this, from the node more than two leaves are arising. Okay, in this case you can see here 5 leaves are arising from the single node and they are forming a circle like structure. That type of leaf arrangement is known as whorl phalotaxy. So basically three types of phalotaxy we have studied: opposite, alternate and whorl. Opposite, from the node, same node, two leaves will be arising. Okay, that type of arrangement is the opposite phalotaxy. Alternate, single leaf will be arising from the same from one node and the leaves will be in opposite direction to one another. Third one, more than two leaves will be arising from the same node and they will form a circle like structure, and that type of arrangement is the whorl phalotaxy. Okay. Now we will study about the functions of the leaf. So basically leaf perform 5 main functions, that are photosynthesis, exchange of gases, transpiration, vegetative propagation and the storage. Photosynthesis, we all know about this, that the leaf have chlorophyll molecules present in the chloroplast which help in the process of photosynthesis. Okay, plant absorb carbon dioxide and water, and using solar energy plant perform photosynthesis that and produce the food glucose. Okay, so that is the first function of the leaf. Now the second is the exchange of the gases. Exchange of the gases means plant take outside carbon dioxide, and after the photosynthesis oxygens are produced that move outside the plant. So how they are moving inside and outside, this exchange of gases taking place with the help of the stomata. So what is this stomata? Basically they are the gate like structure, just like we have seen a lift. When the lift gate is open, people can move inside and outside. When the gate is closed, no one can move. Okay, similarly this stomata acts like a gate. Okay, when it is open, exchange of the gases can take place, means carbon dioxide can move inside, and the inside oxygen which are produced during the process of photosynthesis can be moved outside with the help of this stomata when it is open. And when the stomata are closed, no exchange of the gases are taking place. Okay, so where this stomata are basically present, they are present on the surface of the leaf. Okay, on the upper and the lower surface of the leaf, that is also known as upper and lower epidermis. More number of stomata are present on the lower epidermis and less on the upper epidermis or the upper surface. So this stomata help in the exchange of the gases. Okay, now transpiration. What is this transpiration? Is basically loss of water from the aerial part of the plant in the form of water vapor. This is important, that the in transpiration loss of water is taking place in the form of water vapor. And again this process transpiration, in this also stomata help in the process of transpiration, means water vapors move outside the plant with the help of stomata. When it is open, water vapor are lost from the aerial part of the plant into the atmosphere. Okay, now vegetative fourth one is vegetative propagation. Okay, in some leaf, as we have studied, the margin is there. In the margin some notches are there. In some leaf, on the margin of the leaf, notches, okay, depressions are there, and in that depressions birds are there, like in the plant like bryophyllum and all. Notches are there, and in that notches birds are there. When that bird get detached from the leaf and fall on the soil, okay, from that bird a new plant are evolved, or new plants are produced. Okay, that type of development of a new plant from a bird, okay, that is the vegetative propagation. These birds were present on the leaf. Okay, now when the birds get detached from the leaf, it will fall on the soil, and when the proper condition will be there, it will develop into a new plant. That is a vegetative propagation. Now the fifth one is storage. So some leaves have scale leaves. Okay, in some plants scale leaves are there, like in onion, and that scale leaves help in to store food. Okay, for that plant. Okay, so these scale leaves help in the storage of the food. So these are the 5 main functions of the leaf: photosynthesis, exchange of the gases, transpiration, vegetative propagation, and the storage. Basically this storage thing is done basically in the case of onion and all, where the scale leaves are there. These scale leaves store the food for the plant. Okay, is it clear? So in this chapter what we have studied basically the technical terms that are related to the leaf. What is leaf margin, leaf apex and everything, petiole, stipule, margin of the leaf, everything we have studied. Then we have studied about the types of leaves. We have studied 2 types of leaves, simple and the compound leaves. Then we have studied venation, okay, reticulate venation and the pallar venation. Then we have studied the phalotaxy. There are basically three types of phalotaxy: opposite, alternate and the whorl. And at the last we have studied about the functions of the leaf. 5 main functions were there, that is photosynthesis, exchange of gases, transpiration, vegetative propagation and storage. So in the next video we will study about the modification of the leaves, how leaves are modified into different structure and how they are helpful to the plant. Okay, thank you.